like, you don't realize that every single post is designed to pull back a little bit of information to find out, does my audience resonate with this? And if you're not looking at your posts saying, okay, that worked, this didn't, what else do they want to know from this, why didn't it work, then you're missing the entire social media process. And I think we do that with so many things in life. We look at somebody's actions and think, oh, this is what we're doing, and we don't pay attention to the reason behind them to get the formula for their success. So I'm glad that you said that about social media, because I see too many people just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, which is great as long as you're paying attention to what sticks.
Yeah. One of the metaphors I use for this is, if you think about comedians, right? So I guess the top of the food chain now for comedians is getting a Netflix special, right? It used to be getting an HBO special or whatever, but that's top of the food chain. Can you get an hour long, 90-minute long special on Netflix? Well, they didn't just start on Netflix and have 90 minutes of material. They went to a bunch of little clubs and they tried out some jokes, and some of them hit and some of them bombed. And they thought, okay, let me take the ones that hit and try them again the next night at a different club. Let me take some of the ones that bombed and try them again and see if it was just that audience. And then they just keep doing that, right? And they weed out the stuff that doesn't work. And then by the time they get to a 90-minute special, they have all stuff that works because they've tried it everywhere. So one of the things I do is I pretty much think that the people that are in my Facebook group, they're the most forgiving audience. They kind of know me. They know how I show up. And so I tend to test stuff in there first. And then I learn how to wrap words around the things I'm thinking, and I see if they get it. And because you can get real-time feedback, I get the feedback and I go, okay, interesting. All right. And then maybe I'll do a podcast episode, because I like to try to keep my podcast episodes like 15 or 20 minutes. And sometimes on my Facebook Lives, I might go for an hour. And then I go, okay, of that whole hour, there's 15 minutes of goodness in there. Like, let me take the most, the cogent thoughts and translate them over here to the podcast. And so for me, I just think about it as a comedian. Like, I'm on new stages and new clubs every night, trying out new material. I keep the winners, and I keep reusing them, by the way. A lot of people think, oh, I shared it once. Like, yeah, I did that one time. And I'm like, no, you need to share it again and again and again. And if you think of old marketing data, advertising data, they used to say that people need to see commercials or hear something like 7 to 10 times before they even think about, identifying with that brand or buying it or whatever. And now the number's up to like 25 to 30 because we're getting hit by so many things.